Hi. I feel like I'm dead tonight, so we will see how tonight goes. It's been a crazy week at work, so we will try to get through some Tales of the Tempest today. I'll try to be lively. I closed my. I was like, oh, I can remember to tweet this time that we're live, and then I closed the tweet, so I didn't actually send it. So let me do that again real quick. Let's see. Or no, I want to put the shield on. That's what I want. Let's do that. Alright. Now, there's me, there's the boy. Tweet, I did it this week. We'll see if that matters. The one time I've tweeted in the last like month, from what I remembered, we did have like 7 people here, so shall see how it goes. All right, whoops. Okay, so if I recall correctly, the last time I had gotten lost in this area and I had determined that I needed to go to this like mountain range down over here, which I played enough Rubio last time, so let's switch somebody in. I haven't played what's her face, Amelie. This menu still gives me a hard time. Okay, strategy is the AI, and then formation, members. Areas, okay. Area, forest, don't bring kites as well. I think that's... Actually, let's move them around real quick. There we go. I feel like Forest is kind of a tank character, so we want to keep him with the agility and defense effort. That being said, I don't think the AI is capable of tanking much of anything in this game. Alright, so area, let's make, I think I was doing B up for first aid last time. And then, let me see, I can put the details for this real quick. Okay, I don't want the AoE heal. And then she has an earth spell and a wind spell, her 2 spells, unlike what's her face. So let's dump on the earth spell for now. Actually, let's do wind. Let's see how wind goes. And then, what else we got here? Don't really want any high TP costs. Okay, reveal enemy HP. Support spell. Boost a single ally. I don't really know if I care about boosting a single ally. Lightning bolt. Oh, so she has like 3 elements. Well, I guess what's her Ruby has like light as well, so maybe that's technically her 3rd element. Be down, I think that's fine. And then we have Stone Blast, which is her spell. Okay, I think that's probably fine. Go with that. She looks weird though, like looking at her from behind. All right. Oh, that's a heal. Whoops. Alright. Then... Okay. That does the most, but I think that also costs... Actually, that doesn't cost that much. So let me actually switch that to B for now. Arts, that Stone Blast, right? Yeah. And hopefully that is standard damage right now, so. Anyways, yeah, work's been killing me, but it'll be fine. So I just been kind of burning myself out because of it, and then you know how last weekend went with all the. I don't want to talk about it too much, but like all the drama in the game industry and stuff. It's just like, oh my god. Like I don't know. I don't know how much more I can take of that kind of stuff. And I'm wondering, like maybe I should not do as much. Like I don't know. Like, do I really need to talk about the drama on the internet about stuff? Not really. So even though it might be tempting to like just vent into the nothingness of Twitter, it's like, you know, who really cares what I think about that stuff? Because I really am not gonna be offer anything insightful. I doubt that like my words convince anybody of anything. That and like I know that I don't know the situation well enough to really help anybody in there. So yeah, I guess the point just being that like, maybe I'll, even though I wasn't talking about that stuff much in the past, maybe I'll make an extra effort not to talk about that stuff. Ow, jeez. Is that a 2-hit spell? I think that's a 2-hit. Maybe it like the 2 is vibrating on it like it's trying to load multiple 200 damage spells. So I do feel like walking across these maps takes like forever. But yeah, I don't know if I've looked forward to the weekend so much as, at least in a long time. I definitely haven't. Oh jeez, don't hit me, please. I definitely have had rougher weeks at work before, so it's not a huge deal. But yeah, I figured tonight, if we finish up Tales of the Tempest, we'll go ahead and play some Xbox Live indie games. And look at those things. I don't know how deep we'll go into those. There's something yellow over there, so we'll go for that. I don't know how deep we'll go into those. If we'll just pick one and focus on that, or if we'll just kind of do a general, like, it's only like 54 damage right now. I think we're just gonna do rock for now. That seems like it's doing the most damage, although I need to heal Caius, so. Alright. I feel like these are typically like quest items usually, not. Oh, that might be a treasure chest now I look at it, which I don't know if I've ever seen a treasure chest on the world map in this game. A treat, apparently. Alright. Thank you, treat. So I think there should be some way to get up this mountain range here. I'm gonna guess it might actually be on the exact opposite side that I'm on. But let me see. There's an invisible wall. We can install these trees. So. Oh, I need to heal Caius. But most of this week, I kind of did a good variety of things. I kind of looked into getting my train pass for Japan, which I actually can't get right now. Apparently, you have to buy it like 90 days in advance, but no sooner than later than 90 days in advance. I guess like even since it's 90 days until I Forest Heal. It's 90 days until I or more than 90 days until I actually go to Japan. I can't buy a train pass at this point. Pricey though, they're like $500 for the full trip, and then I kind of run into this issue where I'm there for like 15 days instead of 14 days, and the pass is only purchasable with like 7-day intervals. So it's like, well, do I like, what do I do about the last day? Because like I still have to ride the train to get back to the Narita airport, which is a pretty lengthy train ride. And I would assume that, like, you know, having the passport, or not passport, the Japan Rail covers the cost up until that point at least. But I don't know. I think it looked up as like $30 for the train ride back, but it will kind of suck like having to pay for one extra day worth of travel, I guess. Or that I can't just, like, you know, extend to 15 days for like a slight increase in a fee versus having to just like front up the money on all the public transportation I take on that day. That I don't expect it to be that much money, but I still think, you know, just the train to Narita is like $30. So maybe depending on where I start and where I have to go to get to the train that like connects to that, maybe spend anywhere between like $40-50 to just get to the airport, maybe. Which isn't terrible, but you know, maybe next time plan a trip one day shorter than before. So that was really like kind of the only Japan planning that's happened since the weekend. And I played a little bit of Sonic Riders, which is a weird game. Sonic Riders is like I had to read the manual of all things, which is it's like strange to think about for what would essentially be like a kids kart racing game. Not really kids, but I mean, you know, Sonic's a very kid-friendly franchise for sure. But you know, generally you're like with oh boy, camera. Generally with most racing games aimed at that kind of audience, you kind of pick it up and play, and it mostly just plays like a Mario Kart or something, so you can kind of figure it out very quickly. For some reason with that game, it is weirdly complicated, and so I actually don't have the manual, so I have to look it up on archive.org, and I was reading like the PS2 manual for it. It was just like, what am I even doing? I don't think it's that complicated, it's just very different. Only 75 damage on this guy. Alright. At least the TP recovery at this point in the game is really high. Like 40 TP per battle is decent. It doesn't outweigh what I'm using, but it definitely slows down. Although I feel like these turtles, maybe it's because they're blocking or something, but the damage of the boulder varies pretty drastically. Thankfully, everyone else is doing quite a bit of damage, actually. I know the spellcasters are maybe not the most exciting thing to watch, but at this point in the game, I'm sick of the AI not healing me ever, so I will be the healer. I'm trying to what else I did this week. I mean, I feel like this week has just kind of flown by. Oh, Monday was Labor Day. I forgot about that. I was at work Monday, so but not the whole day. I did do on Monday. I actually did do the Private Idol archive post, or rather, I finished it up. I think Sunday night I had started working on it, and so I archived that Private Idol and Windows 95 disk, which I need to do more with, honestly. The post is a little, like, I guess part of me was like, oh, well, the YouTube upload for the Private Idol anime, oh, you're not getting notifications? Ah, it's fine. You have a school tomorrow too, don't you? So I was thinking that you probably had gone to sleep already. So, but cool. Shower time. I need a shower tonight. I don't know. It's always hard on stream night because like I have to like get the stream post ready for tomorrow and stuff. I always make sure I shower Wednesday, so if I do miss showering on a stream night, I'm just like, I don't feel too garbage. So how you doing, Alex? It's your final day of vacation, right? The end of summer. But yeah, so that Private Idol anime is already on YouTube. It's not as clean, but you know, if I actually uploaded the files to YouTube, they probably would compress almost just as much. So I don't really feel the huge need to like try to upload those things to YouTube right now. So good. Here. It is just more of this. More of me standing in the corner and casting spells nonstop. So, and I don't even know if like I'm going across this mountain range, but I don't even know if I'm going to the right place right now. Like all these forests are invisible walls, so typically there'd be a dot on the map if this is a place like we actually need to go. But I'm not seeing that dot yet. When I went to the camp or whatever, it seemed what they're talking about seemed to be this area. So if we don't find anything against this wall, and I can't find anything else on the map that looks like a mountain range that we need to go to, I might just look up a guide and figure out where the heck we're supposed to be going. Because I don't really want to spend a ton of time wandering the entire world map of this game trying to find out where the heck the end of the game is. Assume the end of the game. I can't say for sure, I guess. Oh no. Oh no. Oh no, I killed the wrong one, but that's okay. They don't need this. That's kind of it. It really hasn't been a very eventful week. Except outside just dying. Alright, this does not look promising. Okay. Well, let's look at this map. There is kind of like a green smudge on the north side of this map in that rocky area. So like maybe potentially we could go up there. It's not that far of a run, but I mean it is a run. We'll go look at the green smudge, and if it's not the green smudge, we'll go to Game Facts. That's what we'll do. Because I don't really know where to go anymore. We'll follow the wall up just in case as well, but I just don't have a lot of confidence that either of these places are right. I actually don't know if you can run from battles in this game. Because there's pause. Oops. And then if you press L1, R1, that's like a target system thing. So yeah. Oh, my controller's dying. Let me grab this. That just looks like a rock up there. So let's move to the left. I can move this area. We'll see. We'll see what if you miss anything. Take the glasses off. So, ugh, nose. Always the nose during the stream. Oh, guys, please don't die. Yes. I did end up watching the archive for that the controller cleaning stream thing, and I noticed the audio was super low, so I might try to bump that up next time. And then also the okay. Alright, it looks like the smudge was it. Alright. Yeah, the music in particular is really low. Yeah, for sure. So I'm trying to build a better playlist for that stuff too. I just literally last time I was just like, I need something for this. I have this First Kiss Story CD that I just ripped a bunch of audio from. So let's throw it on there. Also, I ripped all the audio from the Private Idol CD. Let's throw that on there too. So I did pick out some stuff like Private Idol also has like a like survival horror element to it. So it's not necessarily like all chill, relaxing music kind of thing. But I was like, so I kind of like picked out what was the most relaxing. I ended up putting like a bunch of another Code R music in there, which is nice. So. I don't know when I'll do another one of those streams though, to be honest. I don't know if it would be worth replacing a Thursday stream with it, especially with like the Labo stuff, because I think about the Labo's estimated completion time is like 2.5 hours, which is literally the length of my stream. And then it's like, well, like I don't really have a good way to show off doing the Labo stuff like after I finished it, like, you know, like plugging in you know, plugging the Switch into the keyboard or something like that. I guess I could just point the camera at it, but it's a weird. I'll figure it out. I'm hoping I have a decent number of items, but I've been using enough magic at this point that I've probably been accruing more like heal gels and stuff. Although I am using more like TP recovery moves and stuff. Ow! Get off me! This bird. It's a little hard to see like the damage I'm doing this close up. But I do have that Gundam up there that I might end up building as well, or not Gundam, but it's a gun cannon, so it has like a little shoulder cannon that goes pew, pew, pew. Oh, I think I'm running back down the path. Maybe. Hopefully I'm not running back down the path. This area is so nondescript that it's hard to tell if I turn myself back around. The nice thing about lightning is that even though it doesn't do a ton of damage, or at least like individual damage, at least I know it's hitting like 3 or 4 times. Alright, I think that's back down, so let me head this way. Yeah, this looks like it's going on. Wasted an encounter of that. Ooh, nice. Ooh, only 43. I like how Forrest literally has like 1,100 HP, and it's like, no, he's hurting. Forrest is in pain. Please heal him. None of my spells are really doing any damage to these guys, actually. Oh, you know what else I did also this week? I did record a bunch of Rhythm Thief, so I changed my 3DS setup for capturing, which, I mean, I can reconfigure it so it's like not a super big deal, but the way I have it configured is really prioritizing the top screen now. Because, you know, with the 3DS capture, basically there's like 2 separate screens and they send individually, and you can kind of set the priority level of which feed is going to be more clear or more smooth, and so I set the priority to the top screen quite a bit. And the thing with Rhythm Thief is that yes, it uses the bottom screen, but it doesn't use it so much that it's essential to be running smoothly. So the bottom screen is like super choppy during it, but I think I'll have a Rhythm Thief quick play that goes up maybe next week or the week after, depending on how things goes. I'm kind of split on how I want to handle quick plays sometimes. Like, I sometimes wonder if one a week is too much, but I don't know. It does take a lot of time, I will say. Like, it's not a it is easier than making most other things, but man, this guy does not want to take any damage. It's easier than making most other things, but it takes a lot of time. I'd say probably I play a game at least another 2-3 hours before I do a quick play. Then a quick play is usually like, you know, depending how it goes, about 30 minutes to 2 hours worth of recording. Oh, she took her hood off. Hey Mark, how's it going? You have come just in time for me to cast the same spell over and over again for 2 hours. Oh no. Mark, it's not a very interesting game. It is pretty straightforward. We just learned the Pope was my dad, and I think the statue was my mom. And you're gonna see me stand here and cast Boulder over and over and over again. Well, that hurt. That actually hurt quite a bit. Let me try to get everybody healed up real quick. I got to the part where, or got to the point where, so there's like 2 other AI companions that are fighting here, and if you let the healer be the AI companion, the healer never heals you. She's great at doing absolutely nothing. So at some point I had to take control of the healer, and it's pretty much just sit here and cast spells until things are dead. And that includes healing. So Kais is over there fighting the actual real boss while I'm sitting here just casting spells. Although I don't know if I want to actually kill these guys, because on the last major boss they just respawned every time. Okay, well, they haven't respawned yet at least. Here, I'll actually walk close so we can watch the AI smack each other. So, this is a Nintendo DS game. I'm playing it on a modified Wii U. So I basically took a Nintendo DS ROM, the Virtual Console ROM. So you can buy Nintendo DS games on Wii U, and people exploited that so you could basically insert other games into those, and it kind of works. This game has worked actually very well. I've only seen really one issue the entire game. Other games straight up won't work. They'll just crash or something. So it's not an official way to play this game, but it is a way to play this game. Let's see what we got here. I need a TP, so. Yeah, this is like 2005, I think, is when this came out. And it actually didn't come out in America. I'm actually playing a fan translation that people put together. They put it together as an April Fool's joke of all things. But you know, it's been fun enough. There's nothing bad about it, is the thing. It's just very, very straightforward. If you've ever played a Japanese role-playing game before, it hits pretty much all the usual stuff. Oh, she's a monster. And also now your brother, who was evil the whole game, is suddenly good. And now he's gonna die. Sacrifice seemed to be for nothing. Pretty much just stood there. I remember when everybody ran in circles around for the entire fight. But who kept him alive, Alex? I did. Let me stand closer so we can actually see what's happening. I don't even really know what element is good on this boss. Wind doesn't seem to do much. Whoops, I healed on accident. Oh, there you go, Forest. I think this is Boulder Toss is still the best thing. So. But yeah, this is a it's kind of the Delinquent game in like a very long-running Japanese role-playing game series, and you know it's very much the Delinquent game for a reason. But it's interesting to check out, and I paid $5 for it, and the game's maybe about 12 hours long, it seems like. So this is like the 6th stream. So we'll go Forest. But yeah, the Wii U is a great platform if you do any kind of like soft modding and stuff like that. The Wii is pretty good too, and I think you can actually play DS games on Wii through soft modding as well. I don't know what the emulation quality is like for that. This is kind of technically close to official emulation because it is using an official emulator. It's just not using the game it was intended for. So, like for example, there's this game called Love and Berry. It's like a DS card game where you'd swipe these clothes. So each card would have like a shirt or pants on them or different things on. So you would dress your character by swiping these cards. And the DS has the DS cartridge slot on top where you put the actual game in, but it has the Game Boy cartridge slot on the bottom. And so you'd put an accessory in there so you could scan the cards through that slot. But if you try to load that game on here, I'm pretty sure it's looking for that cartridge slot and it can't find it. So the game just straight up crashes immediately because it doesn't know what to do. Because it never, the emulator never anticipated looking for a Game Boy Advance cartridge slot thing. Oh, Lucas was really good all along. Modifying systems, you know, unless you have a particular reason to do so, like, if you're like me and desperate to play DS games on a TV, it's worth it, but most of the time, I would say it's probably not really worth the effort. Oops. It's like I hit a dead end back there or something, but I can't like switch the camera to see. Oh, these guys are really weak to fire, or earth, I think. Huh. Oh boy. Maybe not. I thought I was doing a ton of damage to them before with it. I think wind might be better actually. That's doing like 900 damage per cast when they're not blocking it. Fan translations are good. Like if you like are into Japanese games, that's a good reason to get one. That's such a weird little spot. Like I can't move the camera, so you would think that they wouldn't make like a little nook where you could get into but couldn't see what's down there, let alone with a dead end. Not that this game has made the most amazing camera choices, but that's maybe one of the most bizarre. Ah. Oh, also, Alex. Oh, they run horribly on the Wii? Okay, that's good to know. I figured, like, hardware-wise, the Wii's probably not super capable of running DS games without, you know, them being, like, specially ported for it. Like, what's it called? Final Fantasy Echoes of Time? Crystal Chronicles Echoes of Time? That's a DS game running on a Wii, but that's, like, an official game. And I don't think that's just an emulator or anything like that. I'm curious if anyone's broken that thing apart and figured out like what is going on with that game, because it is very much a DS game. Like you're pretty much just playing it in a window and using like the pointer as like a substitute for the touch screen. Kind of like how people have taken apart Parappa the Rapper on PS4 and found out it's like a PSP emulator or something like that, with PS4 level textures like shoved into it. I have Captain Rainbow. I need to patch that at some point as well. I need to figure out how to play region-locked games on my Wii U in general. I haven't really looked into that. On the Wii, I used I think it's something called Gecko-S or something like that, and I would just boot games from that. And on the GameCube, I use Viper, I think it's called. But yeah, I don't really know on Wii. I mean, I'm assuming if I have the ROMs on here for like a Wii game, it will run no problem, or like the ISO, I guess. But in terms of the I forget what these guys are weak to. Wind is decent. How about thunder? Lightning's pretty decent too, actually. I assume if I load the ISO on that console, it'll be fine. But like actually running an import game off the actual disc. I assume Captain Rainbow, since that'll be like a fan translation, I'll have to patch that and just run something off the actual system itself. But anything else, like someday I would like to play Lost Magic on the Wii. I don't have a copy of that, but eventually. And then Zengeki no Regulave, I would like to play that someday. That's like the EDF developers. So I forget their name. Sandlot? Is that their name? The EDF devs? Sand something. Oh, but yeah, Alex, I was gonna ask, have you played Sonic Riders before? Because I started that last night, and man, that is a video game. It's really weird. It's just like a really weird racer, and it's not as similar to other racing games as I was expecting. It has a lot of like interesting and different mechanics to it. I don't know if I'd say it's good, but I think I can really see the learning curve that, like, I could see that you can get really good at it, and like, I did watch some videos online, and people were really I don't know the best way to put it. Going really fast sounds like a really dumb way to put it, but that game allows you to really kind of speed through areas if you play it really well. Aren't there 3? There's the original one, Zero Gravity, and Free Riders, the Kinect one. Although I wouldn't be surprised if you felt like maybe the Kinect one wasn't a real Sonic Riders game. I think most people try to ignore most Kinect games. I need to buy some Kinect games at some point. I had that Kinect that my dad gave me that's just sitting around and it should be used. I should play whatever that Star Wars game was and the Fable game. I do want to play the Kinect Steel Battalion game at some point as well, which I know gets a lot of good laughs out of people who know what it is, but I do actually want to play that game. I like motion controls, so. I feel like every dungeon in this game is just like a series of paths that are... I guess you could say that about any dungeon in any game, but lightning does good. But I did... Wind was doing like 300 damage, right? Yeah, it's better to do that. Yeah, I found turbulence being like super important. So, oh, you do like Free Riders? Okay. Yeah, I was having I'm out of magic. I was having some trouble with it last night, but I was figuring it out. Which Star Wars, Mark, the Kinect one? I forget what it's called. I like the Rogue Squadron games. Those are pretty fun. I need to play the 64 ones at some point. What? There's Shadows of the Empire, Rogue Squadron, Episode 1, Battle for Naboo? Is that a video game name? That sounds like something. I don't have a ton of interest in like the story of Star Wars or anything like that, or even the movies, but I do really like the style of Star Wars games, and as video games I find them very enjoyable. I don't... I guess I haven't watched a Star Wars movie in a long time other than, was it The Force Awakens? Was like the beginning of the latest trilogy, I think. So... The 64 ones, yeah. I think people generally like most of the 64 games. Which Kinect games do you like, Alex? Because I really, other than Steel Battalion, Free Riders, and Star Wars and Fable, I don't really know what else is worth playing on there. I could use my gel for recovery, but since we're at the end of the game, I feel like I should try to conserve as much as possible for the final fight. That and the MP recovery is high enough that if I just sit here and let the AI smack away, then I'll be able to get my TP back and pick people up. I do wish the mage attack was a little less silly, of just like by Battlefront, the first one, do you mean the reboot Battlefront that was on like PS4, Xbox One, or are you talking about the like PS2, Xbox, and PC Battlefront? I was offered a copy of, I think, Battlefront 2, and I ended up not taking it, which I probably should have taken it. I don't know why I didn't take it, but probably because I was trying to not have so many video games in my life at the time, and then I kind of fell back on that. I'm in a fight with my backlog right now, where I have It's like in backloggery they track beaten games, completed games, and unfinished games. And I have like 100 or so like 100% completed games, but then I have like 480-ish beaten games, and then about like 480-ish unbeaten games. And I'm like trying to make sure the unbeaten games don't go over that 480 on the beaten games right now. So I didn't know there was a Dragon Ball Z game for Kinect. I may end up playing Dance Central or something because I checked out Gabriella's Ghostly Groove Monster Mix, and then I picked up Wii Cheer 1 and 2, and then I also have Fitness Boxing, and all those are kind of like those very active motion games on the Wii. It's Fitness Boxing being a Switch game, but it might as well be that same style. What? Only Caius go because he's somewhere in between. It looks really silly because like where they're positioned on the map, it looks like they just ran into the wall. Even though it's supposed to be an invisible wall. Yeah, I'm trying to remember. I know they re-released some Battlefront game recently for like one of the older ones. Oh, hello. It's like a little boy looking character. Sure. Okay, the original one, gotcha. I think they announced that was it Jedi Outcast is coming out on Switch soon. I don't know if they announced it for PS4 or Xbox One either. But during the Nintendo Direct yesterday, they showed off some of that game. Yeah, I thought it was interesting that they specifically said like the single player adventure. So like I'm guessing they're not bothering to port the multiplayer stuff. I think Jedi Outcast had multiplayer in it. I seem to recall at some point playing the multiplayer in that game when I was a kid, but 240. It's not taking a lot of damage from my magic at all, actually. Although, given how much damage is happening to these guys, we usually just stay on healing. Yeah, it's like he has a lot of periods of invulnerability or something. It's like 80 on the win. Oh, I'm not a TP. I was like, why am I not casting it? Pineapple gel? Is that what it was? Yeah. Well, that worked out great. They're both petrified. Alright. Jeez. Ice is just burning through all my TP. Let's see, I feel like I haven't hit him much with lightning. Honestly, with how much damage I'm doing with all the spells, lightning's probably the best. It's doing like 80-ish per hit and it hits like 3 to 4 times. Oh no, guys! Okay, I think I have a life bottle. I should. I don't want to get it. Oops. Myself again. Let's have Kai's heal himself real quick. And I'll heal Forest. Oh, wrong character. Pineapple? Oh yeah, pilot wings. Yeah, that I've never got around to playing pilot wings. Is Pilot Wings on the Super Nintendo Classic? I don't remember. It is on the Nintendo Switch Online service or whatever it is. The name of that is always ridiculous. I think it's Super Nintendo for Nintendo Switch Online is the full name of it. It's just like what? Oh, Caius, don't die, please. That was my fault. I shouldn't have casted so many. Okay. Caius. Nope. Nope. Don't die. Oh, hello. Get away from me. Thank you. Shot me all the way across the arena. if I do this fight again, I'll probably get the AoE heal on, because I'm healing enough at this point that like having to cure everybody individually is just taking up all of my cast time. Oh jeez. I'm actually not paying that much attention to what Forrest and Caius are doing damage-wise. I'm hoping they're doing some sort of damage, because otherwise we're just in a stalemate. Alright, have a good night, Alex. Enjoy school tomorrow. I'm not seeing any damage coming off him right now. Blocking it. Oh jeez, stop touching me. Oh boy. Okay. Let's see what we can do here. Let's have Caius lemon gel himself. I'm gonna cast Cure on oh boy area. Oh, there he is dead. Ah, so close. Oh, okay, Caius isn't dead yet. Forrest can heal me, hopefully. Oh yeah, he did do awful. Alex has school in the morning, so yeah, should go to sleep. He's on the East Coast, so it's actually pretty late over there. And he's being a responsible person, actually sleeping, unlike me. When I was on the East Coast, I never wanted to sleep ever because everything was always happening. Oh my god. Okay. Let me get Caius cast lemon gel on me, and then I'll cast on Caius. I'm a little worried that this is somewhat fruitless right now. Oops, I'm out of TP. So I might have to back out and switch my spells. Yeah, it's like 11 for him, so. I used to work at I think I told you before, I used to work at Wendy's, so I used to do the night shift there. I didn't get home till like 2, 3 in the morning typically. So, but I've always been like kind of a night owl, so it never bothered me that much. Oh boy. Oh boy. Okay, cool. I was worried about that. So I had no idea how much damage we were actually putting out. It's got a little like onesie on. Of course, the question is, how many forms are there after this? In every JRPG, there are at least 2, 3. Yeah, honestly, like, if I stay up that late, I am wide awake usually. So usually I have to kind of force myself to sleep. It's the morning where I just like, even if I sleep, I just feel like awful. At like 7 in the morning, I'm just like super groggy. That being said, after work this week, I am I can probably sleep or whatever. I got a lot of older systems back there, so I just got done playing through Mega Man X. Oh, is there not going to be another form? That would be surprising. Yeah, that's what I thought. It's not over yet. It's not over. But yeah. You know what's great is that these days, most older games you can get on modern platforms, like most of the ones that matter. Oh, that is the end of the game. Okay, that's rare for a JRPG to just have one form on a final boss. For me, it's like 7:20. I'm still struggling to get out of bed. Thankfully, my drive to work is not that bad. There's like one point of traffic, and then everything else is fine. So. I don't know. It's fine. It's like I said, the stream is nothing special. I'm playing one of the most average games of all time, and I would not say I'm like a great internet personality. My drive home's not so bad, but today I had some rough stuff going on. Oh, his brother did survive. I expected him to die. Yeah, it seemed particularly busy today. I'm not sure why. I don't know what that was supposed to be. Oh. Sorry, I'm actually reading the text, although, again, nothing really happening. Mark, it's not very interesting. It's the climax of a game that really didn't have a strong plot, really. This is just part 6 of me streaming it. The Tales series is a very, like, there are probably more than 20 Tales games, but this is not really considered. This is probably considered one of the worst ones out of them. Really, this is like the end of any JRPG for the most part. Even though, like, it's always like, oh, the two male and female character have to be romantically involved, and then the guy's like, I want to go see the world. And that's either the beginning of the story or the end of the story is I want to go see the world. These quality CG cutscenes on a tiny DS screen. Yeah, if you haven't played a JRPG before and you like what you're seeing, there are a lot of JRPGs out there. We did it. It's over. Oh, that wasn't a bad game. I think the most important thing out of playing Tales of Tempest is just realizing that, you know, as much crap as people give it, it's a fine game. It's not anything great. It's not anything bad. And I will say, like, the AI gets pretty rough towards the end. But it's like, it's totally fine. Japanese role-playing games, yeah, they're from Japan, so they are an Asian thing. There's a ton of I don't know. I'm trying to think of like what would be the most accessible kind of for like a newcomer to JRPGs. People are really into Persona 5 if you like want to go like real, not really like hard into it, like, but I think Persona 5 is a fairly accessible JRPG that has no qualms about what it is, but it's also like a very specific thing. Like I think if you didn't like JRPGs, if you played Persona 5, you'd probably be like, what is this and why am I playing this? Because it's like a game where you go into like Phantom Worlds and you fight a bunch of monsters, then you get out of Phantom Worlds and then you're like at high school and you're like you're managing your social relationships with a bunch of people and stuff, which a lot of Japanese games do that these days, with like having kind of like relationship and social aspects to them. A lot of Western games do it too now with like stuff like Mass Effect and things like that. But yeah, I don't know. Yeah, look into it. I've never played it, but it's probably the most popular JRPG in the last, I don't know. It came out like 3 years ago, but JRPGs kind of had like a weird dip in between like late PS2 and early to mid this generation. They've become more popular again. People really praise the original Ni no Kuni, but I generally heard from people who like JRPGs or traditionally like JRPGs that it wasn't amazing. It was just kind of okay. Xenoblade Chronicles is good. That's another one. But yeah, Persona 5 is probably the easiest to find, the most accessible to get into, but it's very much anime. If you've ever watched any anime, it's very much. I'm surprised these credits are literally just text. Typically, you would have like some kind of like screenshot or something on the top screen or something like that, but it's just start to finish text. So. Hideo Baba was under the special thanks, and I think Hideo Baba used to be the director of this series. I don't think he is anymore. I think he left and went to Square Enix, and then worked there briefly, but didn't actually put out a game. Thank you, English localization. I wonder what that screen was initially. Unless they were able to hack the screen. Okay, I gotta skip that opening video or else I will get copyright strike for that song. That's it for Tales of the Tempest. That was a video game. I can confirm. Tales of the Tempest is a video game. You can beat it. You can you can finish it. It wasn't bad. Like I said, not a terrible thing. So let's see, what time is it? It's 8:13. I'm gonna use the restroom first. I actually do use the bathroom. So I'm gonna go do that, and then I'll come back and we'll play some Xbox indie games. I will have to move some stuff around real quick. Because the HDMI cable I'm using for this runs into the 360, and I'll have to switch the stream layout too. But yeah, let me use the bathroom real quick, and then I'll be right back. I just realized I left this on the title screen, so it played the song anyways, so rest in peace, copyright strike. Alright, so let me move these things around real quick. Hopefully I don't pull my headphone out. So let me just turn this off actually. Okay. Plug that. And bring this over here. And then where's the HDMI port? There it is. And hopefully this controller plays nice. My 360 controller is not great at staying connected for some reason. So, okay. So I figured, well, rather than start something else up tonight, just play some Xbox Live Indie games. If you're not familiar with Xbox Live Indie games, it was like a service on Xbox Live that kind of was alongside the XBLA, so the Xbox Live Arcade, where people could basically post stuff without actually going through any sort of certification or anything like that. It died a few years ago, and I don't know volume-wise how this is going to be, so hopefully I'll have to open up the stream so I can hear it. but they're typically $1. Although I think later on down the line they let people charge more than $1. But typically super cheap games that were super janky, usually made by one person, and usually not very good. That's not to say they were all not very good, but I'm gonna guess most of these are gonna be pretty garbage. This is the real answer. I have played a little bit of these. I did a video on the Undead Syndrome a while ago, which is like a let me pull this up. Where is this? It was like a weird survival horror game. Oh gosh, this is very loud for me. Let me lower this real quick. So I'm gonna reduce the game audio here real quick. But these are all very low budget, and they show. All right. So this is like a weird, it's kind of like a tank control kind of thing. So basically, if I want to move forward, I have to use both the up and, I have to push both analog sticks up to go forward, both down to go back, and then, you know, one up and one down to do left, right. Basically, controls like a tank. And I think they're all pretty basic stages. There we go. There's some actual things. And they're all using pretty... Oh boy. Oh boy. Pretty primitive graphics. This plays fine though, I will say. Like, we'll see some other... Ow. Some other... It's hard to talk playing this one. Close this. It's also hard to talk because I'm hearing myself right now. There we go. But we'll see some other games that maybe don't play as well in here. Some more from this developer even. So there you go. Level clear. We did it. We'll probably not beat any of these games. Probably just kind of jump through a bunch of these. I would call all these games functional. Do I want that? I do kind of want that. Yeah, I did want that. They have a graphic style that works given their budget. But yeah, most of these games, I don't think you can buy. I mean, you can't buy any of the Xbox Live indie games anymore, for sure. I think this developer went out of their way to port everything they had to PC. So if you go to like DL site or something like that, which is, I should note, DL site has erotic content on it, so don't go there thinking like, oh, like nice place to buy video games. But it is a place where you can buy Dojin games, and this included would be on there. Because it's just like a bunch of cheap games. Well, it's actually on DL site. It's actually pretty pricey. A lot of the DL site stuff is like sold kind of at a premium, and so the Xbox Live indie stuff was a nice way to get this stuff cheap for a while. Because typically, I think this game would probably cost closer to like $5 on there. Oh boy. But like these bullets are really hard to read. It's like hard to tell what's flying over you and what's actually on the ground with you, and like this ground texture is not particularly great at at distinguishing itself from these little flashing bullets. Because I guess the problem is that the bullets are. Dang it. I'm dead. Rest in peace. Also, I liked how I could continue to move after I died. But the bullets are not particularly like they don't particularly stand out. Let me see if I can actually exit this game. I am not super familiar with the Xbox 360's interface, so whenever I try to do anything in this, it is kind of a nightmare. Okay, there we go. We did it. This is on 360, yeah. I'm using the wrong stream layout. I'm sorry. There we go. 16 by 9. Fixed it. It's okay. You didn't miss much by only seeing partial screen. But yeah, I don't have an Xbox One at this point. Which is interesting. So I noticed that on this screen, none of these load their actual like titles until you open the disk drive, and for some reason that loads them. I'm not sure why it does that. Then we got a bunch of anime game stuff. This one actually seemed okay. Like, it's a Castlevania kind of clone. I played maybe like 3 minutes of this. Most of these I haven't played. I literally just went down like a list and looked at all the games and basically bought anything that looked like anime and anything that looked like an actual video game. Because there's a lot of just junk on this store. Like I realized this kind of looks like junk, but there's like even more junkish stuff. All right. I'm not gonna read any of this. Go through. I went through this tutorial already, so basically some basic attacks here. And some basic movement options. X to shoot. Oh, pull down X to shoot. There we go. I never figured out how to do this dash jump. Like, it looks like you're supposed to press the arrow and then press B and A at the same time, but like it never worked for me. And you can't dash then jump, as far as I can tell. Like, I don't know if you can like dash or yeah, I don't know. Like that button combination doesn't seem to do anything. So, all right. Oh, that I was supposed to use lightness is what I was supposed to do, which is this one, and then that brings out an umbrella. Yeah, there we go. Moonwalk up that staircase. Okay, and it's weird because like you can move around on this screen while you're controlling the menu. It's a bizarre thing. I'm gonna guess most of the game looks like this. Nope, didn't make it. Oop. I don't know how to get up there. I don't know if I'm killing that thing or just knocking it over. I do like that if you jump, you just keep facing the other direction. Alright. Can I take your stuff? Nope. He just gets back up. Oh. Alright, well. There's something up there. Oh my gosh, please. I don't really know what the goal is here. Oh, is that telling me to stomp? Is what that's telling me to do? Okay. Alright, I got a key. I guess the goal is to get the key. I don't really know, like, I don't know how worth those coins are to get. Like, I don't know the purpose of them. I guess to buy stuff. I think there was a shop listing on the menu. That didn't look safe. Oh, those are spikes. Alright, so there's a chest down there, but I don't see a way to... Nope. Nope. Well, I tried. All the way back to the start of the level. Okay, let's not do that again. Oh, I made it up this time. Alright. Let's just go through this real quick. Ow. And you think, like, in a game that kind of feels like Castlevania, the lamps would be like you kick them to get items, but no, they just hurt you. I want Bitcoin? No. I made the mistake. I shouldn't have gone for it. Out of here so we can actually... Oh, dang it. I forgot about the flames. Jesus. I am just ruining myself. There we go. Don't step on the spikes this time, and let's just ignore the treasure chest. It's weird that, like, the coin layout is, like... it's weird that like everything's raised up on this screen versus like centered on the top to bottom. Alright, let's no text. No story. Let's see if level 2 looks exactly the same. Treasure? Okay, I need 100 coins to... I like that the yes option is there. It's just it's just not technically there, even though you can highlight it. Alright. Let's see what level 2 looks like. Oh, it's just like this. I'm gonna guess the whole game looks like this. Okay. It's probably enough of that. Come on. Nope. Press Y? Okay, yeah, that's how you get out there. I really haven't used my 360 much for anything, to be honest. I've had it for a few years now, but I don't even know if I've played any like disc retail games on there. I may have only played digital download stuff. Star Runner. I forget, is this a puzzle game? This one might be a puzzle game. Action Love. I like this is horrendously stretched. Okay. Alright, what do we got going on here? Map view? Okay. Oh, there's a tutorial. Okay, let's see what's going on here. Oh, okay, you rotate. Gotcha. Alright. We'll just play it. Figure it out. Question is, what do you press to rotate? That's pause. Triggers? Maybe I should have kept watching the tutorial. Figure out how to actually rotate the world. Oh, do I just push the wall? Oh, okay. Interesting. And so the green spots are the open areas. Oh, but there's platforms too I can jump through. Okay. Well, that still doesn't help me too much. Oh, okay, and I can jump and hit walls. Alright. So how the heck do I get out of here then? Okay, there we go. Got a heart. Question is, will I be crushed by these boxes? I assume the answer is yes. I also don't know like where I'm trying to get to. Okay, there's more hearts over there. Oh, you know what? I guess I have to twist the world in a specific way. Sure. Oh, and pressing up makes you jump, which is awful. That is an awful way to... Oops. Okay. Oh, I can push blocks too. Okay. I? Oh, okay, I'm fine. That being said, I think I might be trapped. I don't think there's a way I can turn this and get out. Oh no. Alright. Let me make sure that I didn't... For some reason, I think I accidentally started on the final stage of the game. Hey Anthony, how's it going? We finished Tales of the Tempest, you missed it. It was as average as I expected it to be. So now to celebrate, we're playing budget video games. Push. So can I actually push this, or is it just making a noise when I touch it? Oh, I need to put a block on it. Okay. Easy. Oh, come on, help me up. There we go. Here we go. How you feeling, Anthony? Did you work today, Anthony? Yay. Oh, there's so much text on this screen. Alright. Really sure what I should be doing. So I can't jump up here. Can I jump and push that? No. Can I move this block at all? I mean, it feels like no matter what position this is in, like I ultimately can't push it because the platform's in the way. Well, I can do this at least. Oh, there's only one more. Okay. Easy. Oh, secret item yet. I guess I'm building a cake? Is that what's happening here? Ah. Do this at least. Oh boy, come on. I think I have to jump to this bottom platform. Oh no, the bottom platform blocks me too. Oh, here we go. Oops. And can I get the other one? Definitely can't get the rest though. I think I just gotta fall down from here. Oh, come on. It's really annoying that jump is on up because I'm like trying to just move and it's in the way. There you go. Easy enough. Alright, Mark, have a good night. Alright. Did you just start class, Anthony? I can't remember. Oh boy. Oh no. Okay. I mean, I guess. There we go. Okay, got it. do I want to drop that over here? Like, ultimately... Oh, you know what? I do want to put it in there. That's where I want it to be. So... If I do that, I can slide this here. But I mean, as soon as I flip this, it's gonna move. So let me try flipping this briefly. Okay, now it's in there. And now if I flip this, put that there. If I do this, the back. There we go. And then I need to... Is it this way? Ah! Alright. This isn't... Like, for being stage 2 or 3, this is surprisingly complicated. Yeah, I asked if you started classes. I know, like, everyone on, like, I know that's doing school stuff is like, in some phase of back-to-school-ness. I'm surprised school doesn't have, like, a more consistent, like, calendar. It always seems, like, completely random when people are going to be in and out of school. Alright. Turn. Okay, I think we got enough ledge there. Yep, there we go. Okay, that game's pretty neat. Let's see what else we got. Open the disk drive so I can see the actual titles of the games. Oh, so what a weird thing. Let's see what we got. Anthony, are you here, boy, or are you only kind of here? Do you want to choose a game? Let me see if I can get the rest of these to show up. There we go. Oh yeah, we got some boobie there. No Undead Syndrome. I've made a video about the Undead Syndrome. We don't need to cover that. I kind of like the look of this one. Like, it looks like somebody just, like, scribbled on some paper. I don't know. I'm gonna try the scribble one. If you get around here long enough that we can let you choose, I will let you choose a game. That being said, it's like choosing between Anime 1 and Anime 1 and Anime 1. I was gonna let you choose a game if you wanted to. I haven't played most of these, so I have no idea what these are for the most part, despite spending like $100-something on all of these. Let's go Gunbade. Is that the one I just selected? Action Love. I might be able to tell on this title screen. Alpha Secret Base. That says Gunbade on it. I know that much. I think, let me know if this is the one you were talking about. I think this is the one, though. I wonder if this is going to be a very similar game as the last one. It's the same developer. Yeah, sorry. Alright. What's going on here? We got a... Oh, it's kind of like an Umihara Kawase kind of thing. A little bit. It's pretty janky. But it is also collect the stuff. It's very clearly... it's very limited in how you can move, but it's pretty much the same game with a different mechanic, it looks like. But yeah, it's like you basically clip on, and I can't really like extend or go away, but I can kind of just roll, like stick to this length. So if, like the further out I am, probably the further out I'll stay. And I can jump off that too, it looks like. Oops, rest in peace. This music is so grady. Oh. I will say for $1, these games are pretty alright. I assume I spent $1 for them. That seems like the right price for these. I wonder if this person put their games on anything else? Oh. I mean, that makes sense given like what you're supposed to do there. It's kind of neat that you like, can grab the ground and like jump out from there. Oops. Oh. Alright. Alright, there we go. There's also just something like... As neat as this is, it's just so janky that it's like really silly to like... What are these even supposed to be? The 5s? Like it's kind of like so simple that it's just kind of goofy in like how much thought was put into like a simple mechanic of the game, I guess. I don't know what I'm trying to say, but I'm just saying garbage in my mouth. Oh gosh. Oh. What do you got there? It's at least a much easier gimmick than the last game that they made. Well, the last game that I played that they made, I have no idea what order these came out. Oh, that was it. Okay. Oh. Part of me wants to see more of this to see like how much more complicated it gets, but then I also am like, I feel like we've seen the gimmick of this game. So like, I don't really feel a huge need to keep going at the same time. Oh, oh, oh. Ah! Nope, nope, nope. So, the thing is, I can just like do this. Oh, I could have grabbed the ceiling there too. I guess I just question like how much depth this really has compared to the other one, which got immensely complicated very quickly. Like, because there's not like a physics to this grapple hook or whatever, like an Umihara Kawase, it doesn't feel like there's a lot they can do with this. I guess technically, yeah, you can grab onto spike blocks and not get hurt. What stage are we on? Let's get to stage 10 and then we'll switch to something else. Okay, there's some water. Alright, here's... Like, I think this is the first stage where this... I think water is bad. Nope. Actually, it's not bad. I thought it was bad. I feel like I fell in water earlier and died, so... Oh, that's convenient. I do like this music though. And it's interesting if you go to like DL site and like go to their music section, there's just like a bunch of royalty-free music intended for games like this. I wonder if I even have any of these games on backlog right now that I think about it. Ooh, boy. I can't move this disc without moving, so like trying to face myself the other way. Oops, I grabbed the other thing. Trying to face myself the other way while in that really tight spike spot. It's surprisingly hard. Oh, come on. Okay. I don't think the... Oh, I guess that's the intention, is to just grapple down. I guess you could press up and down, though. Like if I wanted to face right without actually turning, I could just press down and up to move it. So... I might play through this one. This one seems like super chill and easy to do and just get through. And I'm gonna guess it's like 50 stages as well. This seems like one to just like sit down for an hour and just play through, if even an hour. Let's see what else we got here. Oh, I like that Red Dead Redemption 2 is essentially Gunsmoke 4. Oh, take the disk drive out. Alright. Shooting Chicken. Is that the same game? Yeah, it looks like it. Or same series. Jewel Master. Let's try Green Island. Hopefully we don't get the same developer again. It's the same developer. Action Love at Alpha Secret Base. Alright. Let's see what the gimmick of this one is. We have a story, apparently. This one looks pretty different, at least. Oh, is this just like, I like how the concepts of all these games are just exactly the same. Can I just jump through that? Oh, easy. Well, I like that these games all have different mechanics, but the general goal being exactly the same every time is a little, Oh, I can put a bubble here. So, I assume I'd want to try to ride a bubble? Or, oh, I can just keep doing this and platform my way up. Gotcha. Alright, well, we won't spend a lot of time on that since it's also the same developer. Hopefully I didn't just buy like 30 games by the same person. Alright. Oh, they loaded that time. 3 of them at least. What do we got here? I think Breath of Death is a Western developer. I can't remember for sure. I think it's supposed to be a like a Dragon Quest kind of parody game. So I don't know how long this thing is. Hello. And I think the whole point is that you're like the monsters and stuff in this game. Let's skip this cutscene. I remember this game being pretty popular when it came out. Okay. Press the A button. Okay, strength, magic, agility, vitality. For like the aesthetic of this game, this music is not very like 8-bit chiptune-y. Multi-strike. 25 damage for one hit on a regular attack. It's interesting that they show you. Well, I guess is that the damage or just the power? 22 damage. Okay. I wonder if it's like a set amount of damage, so it's like 25 damage, but the defense of an enemy would vary it. I guess. Yeah, I did 22 again. So the question is, do I do 22 every time? And it looks like that's the case. So if I do Death Blow, Joel. Fireball or Flurry? Let's do Flurry. It's interesting that like most of the game is like really blurry, but when you get to these parts, it's very crisp with its sprite art. 4 potions. Okay, interesting. So did I level up my multi-strikes? What happened? I feel like I got like a 3-hit move, but apparently not. And then how much does Death Blow do? Combo boost and break. Just do physical. I'm not sure how long this thing is. Oh gosh. Oh, I can run. There we go. Oops, okay. Bought the thing on accident. Well, I get the feeling that I know what the majority of this game's gonna be already. I might sit down and play this though. Like, if this is short enough, I might look up how long it is, but if it's like a couple hours or something, Like, that might be what I need out of a game like this. Like, I think always the problem with like playing a Dragon Quest game is you're getting into it and it's like, I know this game is going to be very basic combat and like mechanics, and it's going to be like 70 hours of this. Okay, we got a character. Now she follows us. Yay. Oh, it's gonna be like 70 hours of this kind of thing. Versus this is like, you know, 5 to 10 hours, if not less than that. Then, all right. Let's see. Oh, it's Fire Flurry. That's what I got. Okay. So, do any of these attack multi? These all are single target. So, see that. It's a heal, research, plus 50 magic, but she has no magic. So I guess she'll just snack something. Okay. I think it's probably all we need to see of this right now. It's interesting though. I like how, like, because you move in squares, if you press start at the beginning of moving a square, you just keep moving. Alright. Title screen. Okay. What time is it? 9. Oh, let's see what else we got here. Take that disk drive out. She got Star Runner. I actually don't remember anything about this. I think I paid about $1 each, but I think some of them were slightly more expensive. We can do the math on the minimum number that I bought. Play for fun. Escape zombies. Oh, okay. Just. Oh, the skateboard hit me? Did I escape the zombies? Oh, jump on pedestrians. Okay. Oh my gosh. Poor dog. I feel like I'm doing poorly, yet the zombies are... Oh, I busted through the window. But like when I land on them, it doesn't seem like it... Like, unless I'm just not landing on them well. I'm dead. Let's just jump over him. Like, that seems like the smart thing to do, but I'm not getting any points. But I'm not getting minus points at least either. And like like, I don't really understand what this is right there. Like, visually, I don't know what that is. It's weird that it says jump on pedestrians, though, when jumping on them seems to clearly be not what you want to do. But, like, I also don't really know what you're supposed to do. I don't know. I feel like I'm missing something with that game. Let's assume these were $1 each. I think there were some that were more than $1, but in total, I bought 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24. So like 20, 24. And let's say a couple of them were like $3 to $5. So let's say like 30, low 30s maybe. It's not that bad. I did spend a bunch of money on WiiWare though when that went offline. So, all right, let's find out what summer vacation is. How much does poorly drawn anime girl play? Or how does the poorly drawn anime girl play? Oh, look. It's our favorite developer. Alright. Collect the stuff again. You know, there's this series of games on PlayStation Mobile called Soul Brain, which are very much like scams where you just collect the stuff. But at least these, maybe not so much this one, but at least the other ones feel like they have some love to it at least. Alright. I've played this before, now that I'm remembering it, because that happens, yeah. So I think the issue is I need to get this one, push this up, and then I think I need a... I think that little wiper gets rid of some of the ice. I'm having trouble, so we're going to do it on here. No, I don't want it to do it there, dang it. I don't want to push it past it there either. Okay, there we go. So I think I can take this and then get rid of this. If I can figure out how to use items. Can I kill him? He just gets very upset when I try to push him in. Well, I'm pretty sure I... Oh, maybe... Do I break rocks with it? No. Nope, I did break a rock there. Alright, well. Maybe that was L1, I'm not sure. I was just pressing all the buttons. See, Anthony, this is why I don't play Control. There's so many other great video games out there. What are you saying about this stuff, Anthony? How in the world did I break that rock? It's weird. I mean, this is kind of like what the Dojin scene stuff typically, like, it doesn't all look like this, but this is not uncommon aesthetically. Maybe this is a bit less complicated than some of the stuff you'd see nowadays, but, what do I want to do here? Double up there, and then go all the way up here. There we go. We did it. But Anthony, what about Gambare game, whatever it was called? Shoot. Wait. I messed up. He's gonna kill me. So I don't want to go to that one first because I don't have an ice block to escape there. So I'm gonna go to this one. Get that. She has her hair up just like the girl in Control does. See? It's the same video game. I'm moving blocks. It's just like Control. Alright. I like how angry those crabs get. Alright, got a shovel. put this down in this hole, I assume. Alright. Easy enough. Oh, gotcha. Oh, so I can only use items if I'm not pressing the D-pad and I also press the A button. Very good programming. Alright, don't want you. I don't want you. Uh-oh. Uh-oh. Oh well. That's enough of that. I'm a little disappointed that I bought so many games from this single person. But I guess that's what happened when you're like, oh, that was like a anime video game. I assume that's the same person. Like, menu-wise, it looks very similar. Let's try... I think Jewelry Master... So, Arika's an actual publisher in this case. I don't know if they're doing anything these days, but these were actual game publisher. I'm surprised they bothered to put anything else on this platform. Sure. Save it to my hard drive. Screensaver. Alright. I don't know why you need a screensaver for your Xbox 360, but here it is. Maybe you're the PC game originally and had screensavers in it. Alright. Normal, hard, another. Let's see what we got going on here. I have no idea how this works. Maybe you should have played the tutorial. Okay, turned yellow. Turned silver. I am kinda at a loss, actually. Like, what the goal of this is. Oh, that's a block. I didn't realize that. Well, I thought maybe could, like, complete... Oh, I didn't complete a line, though. Let's do this. Okay, so that... Boy. Let's do this. Oh, whoops, I didn't want to do that. Oh well, that's fine. Let's do this. Oh, okay. All right. Something happened. Are we completing lines? Is that what this is? So completing lines is a part of it. And so maybe you combo. Like if these gems are touching a completed line, they all shatter. Is maybe what's happening here? So I assume the goal is to... Oh boy, I didn't want to do that. I'm terrible at this. Okay. I don't know what caused that to happen. Anthony, it's a surprise we go to the same university, so how are you doing? Alright. interesting. I think I'd have to actually learn what's going on in this game first. I don't really know what's happening. It took me a while to figure out how the Tales of the Fandom puzzle game was working. But like once you figure it out, it's actually that you go to the same university. Let's see, what do we got? What in the world is Date the Boss? This looks awful. I probably bought it because it looked awful. I'm gonna guess. Xbox.com/abuse. Okay. Oh, is this like a visual novel? Yeah. Or an adventure game. Boy, oh boy. Let's play a different game. I don't want to play an adventure game in the last 15 minutes of a stream. Let alone one that is, looks kinda scandalous. I'm sure there's nothing bad about it. I mean, it's a title on, like, the Xbox 360. So you're not gonna have anything that's lewd. At least not to an extent that would be problematic, but that is, I don't know. I'm not sure why I bought that. I'm guessing probably because it looked bad, though. Also, maybe this screen is now broken, which would be sad. Let me try open the disk drive again. Yeah. I don't know what it is about this screen and the disk drive. There we go. Because I've definitely left it here before and kind of did nothing with it. And it just never loaded anything, but as soon as I open the disk drive, it's like, yes. Alright. I forget, is there a way to lock on? I've played a little bit of this in the past. Anthony, if you're at university, you can be making these games. So I think the difference is like with this, because there's actually two of these games. There's one where you play as the guy and one where you play as the lady. And I think the lady faces wherever she shoots, and I think the guy has like twin stick shooting elements to him. I could be wrong about that. They could be exactly the same, just different character models. Anthony, if you made an indie game, how would you want it to look? What kind of art style would you go for? Would it look like this? Or would it look like an anime game? Or would you do pixel art like everybody else does, because that's the only easy way to make a game look good without spending way too much money? Oh! Okay. Let's go to the gate. I mean, this is pretty much... Jeez, her face. This is pretty much just like a, you know, 8-way direction on a D-pad, so... You know, it feels about how it looks like it'd play. So, you know, like, I can't shoot between these corners, and because the Xbox 360's D-pad is kind of awful, like, getting an angle is not always the easiest thing. This is playable, I'll say. Sprite-based PSO. I'm trying to think if there's anything like that, actually. I feel like the Shining Force series is kind of like that play style a little bit. The Game Boy Advance ones. Because there's the Shining series, which is like the RPG game, and then there's Shining Force, which I think is kind of like action adventure. The jump is bad, yeah. It doesn't feel, it looks worse than it feels, but basically the thing you have to expect is just slowing down and then stopping. But I think generally I have enough confidence that I'm supposed to be jumping in places, so it's not that hard to trust it. Like right here, it looks a little weird, but I know if I go for it, I'm gonna make it. Oh, I died. Yeah, I was just trying to think of like a game that plays like that. I assume like it'd be top down or isometric, right? Because obviously you couldn't make like a, well, you could make a 3D game with 2D sprites if you wanted to. That would be interesting. That and you, well, I guess PSO doesn't really have a lot of customization, does it? Are you just saying you'd make whatever, but you're using PSO's art? You're not actually making a PSO style game in sprites. Oh boy. Alright. I don't know what that is. I'm missing a crystal though, I think is the problem. That's the gate. Alright. You want to see which game actually plays like shit on here, Anthony? Let me show you the other game by this developer, which is like a third-person shooter. I have like 5 games by Mukugako Software. Bioerosion. That's what it's called. This looks real rough. This one probably, like, out of all the games that I've played by this guy, is probably the least playable. Probably because it's so it's not complicated, but it is trying to be a third-person shooter in an engine that very much cannot be a third-person shooter. Can I invert the controls? Yeah, no, I can't. I was expecting too much from this game. Okay, and then L is a spread shot. R1 is shooting, and we have like a heat gauge in the bottom right-hand corner. And I think the point of this is to hunt down these guys. I could be wrong about that, but... No, maybe it's just the orbs. Yeah, there we go. There's the orb. I basically bought all these games to do research for the Undead Syndrome is what I did. Well, these ones in particular that are like the really crappy looking 3D ones. They're all by the same person. And they all pretty much play like this. Well, again, this one being probably the worst of the bunch. Ah. Oh no, I overheated. Let's see if we get this health. There we go. I'm not even like a fifth of the way through the level yet, or I think I've destroyed one of them. I'm out of energy. There's no like run either, so... Well, maybe that's... I guess that might be a run, so if you jump, you run, so maybe that's the better way to move in this game. Is jump first. Learning the movement tech of this game. I'm ready to speedrun Bioerosion. Yeah, that seems like the way to move actually. You move like almost double the speed. I think I can as long as I jump and run. Because I think when I'm jumping and running, I can outrun them. Oh, maybe not. All right. Let's see what else we got going on in here. What other trash did I buy? Hochi play? Let's find out what Hochi play is. It's sad though, Anthony. I think this is literally like the only thing I've ever used my 360 for, is these Xbox Live indie games. I don't know if I've ever played anything else on it other than briefly playing Panzer Dragoon Orta because my original Xbox didn't oh, they had like a what's it called, CD. That's interesting. I also traded my copy of Idolmaster, and it is unfortunately not region free, so I'd have to find a way around that. I'm 56-year-old and have a family. Work for an IT company. Okay. All right. A bunch of Japanese. We got Misaki. What? Oh. What did I do? Take the finger off the button. Oh, you have to get closer while she's not looking? Okay. It's basically Creeper the game is what this is. Ah! Is my timer resetting every time, or no, it's not? It's actually really hard. I guess, like, I think looking at her actually doesn't help. I think it's, you have to look at the text at the bottom of the screen. So I think it'll tell you take the finger off the button before she turns around. Yeah, it does. Rat. Oops. Oops. Ah, I pressed it too early. It takes so long to get across this goddamn couch. Whoops. Okay. give me this boost. I want the boost. Oop. I forgot I can continue to drink when she's looking at me. Whoops. Alright. Is that the only one available to me? Alright. Let's get out of here. We'll do one more and we'll end it on something else. I'm a 56-year-old IT worker, Anthony. That's the kind of creep I am. And I want to be a masochist. Did we play this? Oops. Oh, did it not work? Hopefully it's not just broken. There it goes. Ah, it's these guys again. Let's not play this. Let me see what it looks like, and then. Okay, this kind of looks like the grabby arm and the other thing. At least this plays differently. I don't really know what the goal of this is. I guess to hit things, throw stuff? This is kind of weird, actually. This is actually kind of interesting. I'm gonna stick around on this one, actually. I don't know if those explosions hurt me? Mini explosions. It says next boss. Should I be playing this with the analog stick? So there are bullets, it's happening. I don't know what these red boxes are. I don't know what the red boxes are. Bad? I mean, that definitely makes it, if they're bad, that definitely makes it a lot easier to read, like, what's actually bad on screen, because it's difficult to tell, like, what in the world's going on at all. Do I have health? It feels like as long as I shoot something in some direction, it's fine. Then everything just explodes and life is okay. Oh boy. Oh boy. Okay, I can grab the bullets too. Alright. Oh boy. I don't really know what the goal is per se though. Like I'm getting points, I assume. Oh, ow, I'm flashing. It's probably not good. I died. That's a weird one. I'm glad that game is so different than all the other ones by this developer. Oh, weird. You can change the volume by hitting the triggers. Oh, I think that's gonna do it for me. Sorry I'm so out of it tonight. I am beat from work. Also, we beat probably one of the most non-consequential JRPGs of all time. Not that it's bad. Again, Tales of Tempest is a perfectly fine game. It is not terrible. I think I would have been plenty happy with it on the DS if I got it back then, because the DS didn't have a ton of JRPGs at that time. So it's not like you had Final Fantasy. Well, I guess Final Fantasy 3 was around, but Final Fantasy 3, has its own limitations and things like that. It's more like an action RPG kind of thing. So yeah. I think next week we're going to do the Valkyria Chronicles DLC. I don't really know what that's going to entail, but I kind of just want to play Valkyria Chronicles 1 again, but I don't want to play through all of Valkyria Chronicles 1, so I thought the DLC would be a good way to do that, do something new with Valkyria Chronicles 1 without replaying all of Valkyria Chronicles 1. So yeah, otherwise though, on the website, I have a post up for Kishin Zenki for the PCFX, so it was like a 45-minute playthrough of that. And then I think there's going to be like a Rhythm Thief quick play next week. I think that's going to happen. And then I think I'm kind of at a point where I'm kind of at a standstill with my Japan trip stuff outside of just like some smaller planning, where I can't really buy my rail pass yet, and I do need to figure out like how much money I want to convert to take with me. So I got to figure that out, but I don't know like how soon I want to do that and like where I want to go for that, because the rates are different depending on where you go and stuff. So yeah, I might start working on the next like real video soon. We'll see how I feel this weekend. I don't really have anything planned this weekend, but I do want to just kind of chill for some stuff, especially with how work's been going this week. So yeah. Thanks for coming. OneControlReport.com is the website. Yeah. That's all I got. Thank you. You guys have a great week. Bye.